So today we're doing Surah An-Naziyat, number 79. It has 46 verses. So that's a lot of verses, a lot of pages. So maybe we'll do it in, one or two sessions. So let's see how far we get. Khadija, let's start with you.
Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wanazi'atil gharqan. By those angels that pluck out the soul from depth. Wanashitatil atati nashtan. And gently take it away. Wasabihati sabihati sabhan. And by those that speedily glide along the cosmos. Wasabikati sabhan. And why with the others in carrying out their lord's behests. uh, فالمد- فالمدبرات أمرا. And then manage the affairs of the universe according to their lord's commands. Here the object for
Oh,
which
one second. One second. Welcome, Jessica. We just started.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Juma Mubarak. Sorry, I was a few minutes late.
Walaikum Islam, ma'am.
Walaikum
Juma
Assalam,
Mubarak.
Juma Mubarak.
Only thing I said was that this is only thing different was that the surah seems pretty long, so I will probably cover part of it and then the rest in the next session.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now the tours are just gonna keep getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so Khadija, keep reading.
Yes, sir. Here, the object for which an oath has been sworn by beings having five qualities has not been mentioned, but the theme that follows by itself leads to the conclusion that the oath has been sworn to affirm that the resurrection is a certainty which must come to pass when all dead men shall be resurrected. Nor is there any mention as to what are the beings possessed of the qualities. However, a large number of the companions uh, immediate their immediate successor and most of the commentators have expressed the opinion that they are the angels. Abdullah bin Masud, Abdullah bin Abbas, Masruk, Said bin Said bin Jubair, Abu Saleh, Abu Abu Duha, and Sodi says that those who pull out pull out with violence and those who draw out gently imply the imply the angels who wrench out the soul of man at death from the very depths of his body, from its every fiber, those who glide out swiftly, according to Ibn Masud, Mujahid Said bin Jubair, and Abu Saleh imply that angels who hurry about swiftly in execution of divine commands as though they were gliding through space. Uh, gliding through space. The same meaning of those who hasn't who hasten out as in a race has been taken by Ali Mujahid, Masruk, Abu Saleh, and Hassan Bari, and hastening out implies that each one of them hurries on his errand as soon as he received the first indication of divine will. Those who conduct.
Let's stop here. Let's stop here. I got a handy dandy stopper here. Okay. So Jessica, a few words. Let's start here.
Sure. So the very first one I see is object. Repeat after me. Object.
Object.
Yeah. So object can have multiple meanings, but here it means the goal. Yeah.
So or here sounds like alif madda in Urdu. So object, not
object.
not object.
Right.
Okay. The next word I put a question mark because I don't know how to say it myself.
Conclusion.
Conclusion.
Yeah. Let me hear you say it one more time. Conclusion.
Conclusion.
Yeah, that's good. Just yeah, you said it right that time. I just want to point out that with that S-I-O-N at the end, it kind of sounds like shun, like S-H-U-N. So that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah. But a conclusion is kind of something that comes at the it's kind of like the outcome, I guess. It's something that comes at the end. Like when you are doing an experiment, the conclusion is the outcome. Or when you're writing an essay, the conclusion is the last paragraph.
So the result, the summary.
Yeah.
What, Khadija, what's the base word for conclusion?
To conclude.
Okay. And the next word is?
Okay. It is angels.
Angels.
Yeah, angels. So I guess in our religion, God made the angels, and they're beings made out of light, and they are here to guide us and to help out God.
Mm-hmm. So the most famous of them being an angel Gabriel, or in Arabic Jibrail.
Mm-hmm.
That's an example. I think in Urdu the word is farishta. I don't know what's the word in Arabic.
Sometimes I've seen it written as Malik in the Quran, but Malik means master, so I'm not sure why they did that.
Okay. Next two words are similar.
Yeah, so hasten.
Hasten.
And then the next one is just you add ing onto it, hastening.
Hastening.
Yeah, so to hasten is to do something quicker, to go quicker, basically, to go faster. To hurry.
Hurry is better.
Yeah, to hurry. If you are hastening your prayers, you're like hurrying through your prayers. You're doing your prayers very fast. But sometimes it's not always good hastening can be good, I guess, if you're running late, but sometimes it can be bad if you're just trying to do things too quickly because you're not taking your time and you're not, exactly. Quickly is good. You're not doing a thorough job if you're hastening everything.
Please, Jessica, don't talk about my prayer speed.
You're feeling judged.
I'm feeling guilty, as a matter of fact. Not only judged, but guilty. It's like, please do not use my examples. It sounds, and I keep telling myself I got to take the time in my prayer. But it's either if it's not if I was like, yeah, today I'm going to take my time, but then I was like, well, I'm almost at the end of the time. So just yesterday I was doing Asr, like 10 minutes from Maghrib, before Maghrib, which is usually a frowned upon time to do a prayer. So
yeah, sometimes I do that, squeaking them in. All right. The next word is repeat after me, errand.
Errand.
Yeah. I guess a synonym for errand can be like a trip.
So it's like small trip.
Yeah, like a small trip you're trying to, and it can be like a small trip for a purpose, like, you know, you're making an errand to the grocery store to buy milk, you're making an errand to the, you know, to the gas station to buy gas.
But like petrol station. So
Oh yeah, you guys call it petrol station.
yes, well, in Pakistan we call it the petrol pumps.
Oh, that's a British thing, because I've heard them like call it the petrol station as well.
So in the US, rather using the word petrol, we use the word gas, which is the short
Yeah.
for gasoline.
Yeah, gasoline. So we call them gas stations.
In the beginning, I used to think that why do Americans go get gas? Gas is a gas. It's not even a liquid.
That's true. It's like, do you put it in balloons? What do they do with it?
Yeah. So it took me a while to understand what was going on.
It's funny. Oh, Shazia thought of a good synonym, chore.
Chore, yes. Small. Yeah, small trip to do your chores, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it could be you're going to a bazaar to pick some vegetables. You're going to a bazaar to get your laundry, or you're going to a bazaar to get something fixed. So it's a small trip to do your chores. Okay. Next, Sumer.
Okay, sir. Those who conduct the affairs also imply the angels, as has been reported from Ali Mujahid, Ata Abu Sali, Hassan Hassan Bari, Qatada, Rabi bin Anas, and Sudi. In other words, there are the workers of the kingdom of the universe who are conducting all the affairs of the world in accordance with Allah's command and will. Thou. This meaning of these verses has not been reported in any authentic hadith from the Prophet, peace be upon him, while this meaning has been given by some major companion and other immediate successors and pupils. One is led to form the view that they must have obtained this knowledge from the Prophet, peace be upon him, himself. Now the question arises, on what basis has the oath been sworn by these angels for the occurrence of the resurrection and life after death, when they themselves are as imperceptible as the thing for the occurrence of which they have been presented as an evidence and as an argument? In our opinion, the reason is, and Allah has the best knowledge, that the Arabs were not deniers of the existence of the angels. They themselves admitted that at the death the soul were taken out by the angels. They also believed that the angels moved at tremendous speed. They could reach any place between the earth and the heavens instantly and promptly execute any errand that was entrusted to them.
Yeah, just a few couple words.
All right. So yeah, that was pretty good. There's hardly anything. So I guess there's a squiggle under these are, because I guess he just said it too quickly.
Yeah, he said there.
So these are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
These are
Yeah, good job. And then I guess there's a circle around S at the end of companions, because I guess he didn't say that part. So companions.
companions.
There you go.
Yeah.
In successors, which was a difficult word, he enunciated the S, but here he did not enunciate. Okay. And Umair. Let's finish the paragraph.
They also acknowledged that the angels are subordinate to divine will and they conduct the affairs of the universe strictly and precisely in accordance with divine will. They are not independent or masters of their will. They regarded them as daughters of Allah out of ignorance and worshipped them as deities. But they did not believe that they possessed the real authority as well. Therefore, the basis of the reasoning as well. Therefore, the basis of the reasoning from the above mentioned attributes for the occurrence of the resurrection and life after death is that the angels who took the soul by the order of God, order of God, could also restore the soul by the order of the same God, and the angels who conducted the affairs of the universe by the order of God could also upset this universe by the order of the same God whenever he so ordered them and could also bring about a new world order. They would not show any negligence or delay in the execution of his command.
Okay.
Right. So there's and masters.
And masters,
Good. And then there's deities.
deities,
Good. That's a synonym for gods.
gods,
Yeah, so those are the gods that polytheists would worship.
Yeah. And you said deities, like diet, like
yeah.
something that we eat. That's your diet. But this is deities, deities.
Yep.
Okay, and then the next word came multiple times, but I highlighted it only once.
Yeah, so the next one is order.
order.
Yeah, order. So I guess order can mean many things, but I guess there it's like authority.
By the order of God, by command.
By the command, yeah.
Okay, so O here sounds like alif wow, not alif. No, we use this word in Urdu too, and we say it with alif. So we say ardor, but in English. So that's what Umar, you were repeating again and again. With alif, but it is alif wow in English. So order.
Order.
Okay, very good. Just remember, it's because the word is used in both languages, it becomes a little bit confusing.
Oh, yeah. I've encountered that in learning Spanish, how there's similar words in both language, but they're just said differently.
Okay, the next one.
Okay, the next one is negligence.
Negligence.
Yeah. So I guess negligence is like it's like disregard.
Disregard. Okay. Very good. Next, let's go with Sania.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يوم ترجف الراجفة the day when the quaking will cause a violent convulsion تتبعها رادفة and will be followed by another quaking. The
Just keep
first
going.
jolt implies the jolt which will destroy the earth and everything on it, and the second jolt at which all dead men will rise up from death and from their graves. This same state has been described in Surah Az-Zumar. Thus,
It's okay. It's okay. The kids gotta yell. That's okay.
sorry, sir. And when the trumpet shall be blown on that day, all those who are in the heavens and the earth shall fall down dead except those whom Allah may allow. Then the trumpet shall be blown again and they will all stand up looking around. Qulubyum yawmaizim wajifa. On the day some hearts shall tremble with fright.
Let's stop here for a second. So
Okay, sir.
let's do the one word that you made a mistake.
Yeah, that's really good. There's only one word here. So the one word is quaking.
Quaking.
Yeah, so a synonym.
Not
Not quacking, quaking.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
Quaking.
that's good.
So who a duck quacks, for example, Quack. So when a or we say a cow moos, a duck quacks. But quaking is when, for example, there's an earthquake, when the earth shake. So these days I'm very familiar with all the animal sounds because of my daughter.
Oh, cute.
Sorry, you were going to say something, Jessica?
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe like a good synonym for quaking is shaking. It's
Okay.
like very strong shaking, I guess,
So the word zalzala, which is the same in Arabic, is when when the earth shakes.
Right. I do like that chapter of the Quran.
Yeah. All right, Sania, continue.
Okay, sir. Hearts shall be tremble because, according to the Quran, only the disbelievers, the wicked people, and the hypocrites will be terror-stricken on the resurrection day. The righteous believers will remain secure from his terror. About them in Surah Al-Anbiya, it has been said, the time of great fright will not trouble them at all. The angels will rush forth to receive them, saying, This is the very day which you were promised. Absar Absaruha khashia, and their eyes shall be downcast with dread. يقولون أئنا لمردودون في الحافرة. They say, shall we indeed be restored to life? أإذا كنا إزاما ناخرة. Even after we have been reduced to bones, hollow and rotten. إذن كرة خاسرة. They say they will then be a return with a great loss. That is, when they were told that they would surely be raised back to life after death, they started mocking it, saying to one another, "Well, if we if we have really to be restored to our former state of life, then we would certainly be doomed.
Okay. One more word here.
Oh yeah, so that was very good. There's just only one word, and that word is rotten.
So
Ma'am. Rotten.
Yeah. So I guess that O, as you guys would say, correct me if I'm wrong, Bilal, but it has like the olive sound.
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the ah sound, rotten. And it means decomposing,
To go back.
putrid. Also in a metaphorical sense, it can mean it can mean corrupt or bad.
That's a decayed.
Yeah, that's good. Khadijah, decay. I guess it's basically what happens to a body when it dies. It starts to rot.
I like your meaning from rotten to putrid, and now we have to find meanings for putrid.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to find meaning.
Right.
Okay, next. Sorry. Shazid.
Okay, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. فإنما هي زجرة واحدة. Surely they will need no more than a single stern blast. فإذا هم بالساهرة. And lo, they will all be in the open plain. That is, they are mocking it as an impossibility, whereas it is not at all a difficult task for Allah, for the performance of which He may have to make lengthy preparations. For it only a single shout or cry is enough, at which your dust of ash will gather together from wherever it lay, and you will suddenly find yourself alive on the back of the earth, thinking this return to be a return to loss. You may try to escape from it however hard you may, but it will inevitably take place. It cannot be averted by your denial, escape, or mockery.
Okay. So a lot of alifs and vowels today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's.
So he corrected himself with stern. So the next one after that is plain.
Plain.
Yeah, that's good. And a plain, I guess, is kind of just like open, like land. Just kind of an area of land that's it's kind of flat, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Flat ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next word is mocking.
Mocking.
Yeah. I guess a synonym for that would be maybe like teasing.
Or making fun of somebody.
Yeah, making fun of someone, calling them names. The
same issue, alif versus vav. Sounds like alif.
Yeah, mocking. The next one is preparations.
Preparations.
Yeah, I guess so. The root word for that is prepare. And I guess what's a good synonym for preparations? Like
to make arrangements.
Yeah, arrangements. That's a good one.
And usually a lot of times what happens is that pre is separate. So we tend to say, hey, pre-arrange something, or but here the prep is the word, preparations. So you don't make a separation at P-R-E-P, prep. For example, my brother runs a restaurant, so a lot of times he will say, "Oh, we gotta do the prep," which is a short for preparation. So prep. Or a lot of times in British school system, where the kids start or the babies start is nursery, then they go to prep, and then go to first. So prep is essentially you're preparing for the first grade. Okay.
Okay. So repeat after me. Loss.
Loss.
Yeah, loss. That's good. So I guess it's like an absence. No, not an absence. I guess something is lost. It's a deprivation of sorts.
God, Jessica, you are on a roll today.
Well, I looked up a synonym just to make sure it was a good one. I don't want to say things that are not good.
No, I said your meanings are difficult than the actual words today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's no big deal. It just means you've been reading literature or something, so which is good. So we need an easier word for loss. So Jessica used the word deprivation. A beautiful word, top shelf word.
I guess something is lost. Something.
Yeah. When you lose something, I don't know. I don't know actually how an easier word myself.
Yeah, because some words they're so specific in their meaning, it's hard to find something else that means the same thing.
Waste. Okay.
Kind of. Waste is kind of it. It's not 100% the same, but it's similar. Yeah.
Like sometimes when you play a match or a game, there's win or a loss. When you lose something. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, next.
So, repeat after me. Mockery.
Mockery.
Yeah. So mockery is related to mocking. Basically, it's just making fun of or teasing people.
Okay. All right. Yes. The first word of here was mocking. The last word, mockery. So again, same issue again and again. Wow versus aleph. The same issue we had for the word order. Okay. All right, Muzammil.
Okay, so أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هل أتاك حديث موسى. Has Moses' story reached you as the Daniel of the resurrection and hereafter by the disbelievers of Mecca, and their mockery of it was not, in fact, rejection of a philosophy but belying Allah's messengers, and the tricks that they were employing against the Prophet, peace be upon him, were not against an ordinary man, but were were meant to frustrate the mission of Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him. The story of Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, and the Pharaoh is being related before giving additional arguments for the occurrence of the hereafter, so that they are warned of the consequences of fighting with the messenger and resisting the God who sent him.
Okay.
is narahu.
One second here. Let's finish these. So the first one is
So the first one is denial.
Denial.
Yeah, denial. It's a synonym for that. There is rejection.
what's the base word of denial, Muzammil?
To deny.
To what? Spell it.
Deny.
All right. How do you say that?
To deny.
Deny. All right, not Danny. Deny.
Yes.
Okay. The next one.
Okay, the next one is ordinary.
Ordinary.
Yeah, good, good. So a synonym for ordinary is normal. Just a normal, regular guy.
Yeah.
Nothing
So
interesting there.
yeah, the same issue as order versus an ordinary. Alif. So sound here is alif and ordinary.
Ordinary.
Next.
The next word is pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
Right. And then I guess in Arabic in the Quran they call him Faroon. But yes, he's Faroon in the Quran.
Yeah, so it's always because it's Pharaoh. So I for a long time said Pharaoh, because I know Quran, right? But it's like Pharaoh.
Yeah. Oh, and I will know that in English, when people are talking about Pharaoh, most of them are not talking about Pharaoh in the Quran. They're talking about Egyptian kings when they talk about pharaohs. Anyways.
So sorry, say that again.
Oh, so in English, in American English, most of the time, people are going to be talking about pharaohs. Most Americans are not Muslims, so when they're talking about pharaohs, they're talking about Egyptian kings.
So they're talking about any Egyptian king.
Any Egyptian king is a pharaoh. King Tut is a pharaoh. Ramses II is a pharaoh. Akhenaten is a pharaoh.
Okay. And when Quran talks about Pharaoh, he talks about the Egyptian king during the time of Moses.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's more specific in the Quran.
Okay. Yeah. And I think okay, let's cover the last word.
Okay, and then the last word is warned.
Warned.
Yeah, warned.
Warned.
Yeah, and a synonym for that is cautioned. So you're
okay. Yeah. So A sounds more like wow here. Warned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me, what's the word that was the Arabic word in this verse is Hadithu Musa, the story of Moses. So when I started reading Quran with the attention, this was actually the first time where I got stuck on this word because I always thought the word hadith was associated with the Prophet Muhammad. And here it was talking about hadith Musa, was talking about Moses and his story. So so anyways, so that was my. I always liked this verse because it made me question myself.
That's interesting.
Okay. Continue, Musamma.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Is narahu rabbahu bil wadil muqaddasi tuwa. When his Lord called him in the sacred valley of Tuwa, according to general opinion among the commentators, the sacred Valley of Towa means the sacred valley which was named Towa. But besides this, two other meanings of it also have been given. The valley that was blessed and made sacred twice, for it was first made sacred when Allah spoke to Moses, peace be upon him, in it for the first time, and it was blessed and made sacred for the second time when the Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, led the children of Israel out of Egypt and brought them into it, called out to him in the sacred valley in the night, and this is according to the meaning of Toba in the Arabic idiom.
Okay. Few words.
Okay. So the first one was sacred.
Sacred.
Yeah, and you did correct yourself later, so that's good. So sacred means holy. It's a holy site. It's a sacred site. Has some religious or spiritual significance.
Okay.
So the next word is according.
According.
Yeah. So according, and I guess it's like if somebody's reporting something, if somebody has some information, you just say according to so and so, and then they're giving the information. And then the next word, I guess I didn't have a good synonym for according. Let's see. Agreeing, I don't know.
Yeah, that's good enough. It's hard to describe some words.
Yeah, it's some words are hard to describe. Okay, the next word that's underlined is Egypt.
Egypt.
Yeah, there you go. So the country or the place of Egypt.
And usually, I think the Arabic-speaking countries would call it Misr.
Oh, Misr.
Misr or Masr.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
So, like Jordan would be Urdan.
Ah, Urdan.
Okay. All right. Shazia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Izhab ila fir'auna innahu tagha, and directed him, go to Pharaoh, he has bent. Fakul halla ka ila an tuzakka, and say to him, are you willing to be purified? Wa ahdiyaka ila rabbika fatakhsha, that I may direct you to your Lord, and then you hold him in awe. Here one should understand a few things well. The dialogue that took place between the Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, and Allah Almighty at the time of appointing him to the office of prophethood has been related at some places briefly and at others in full detail in the Quran as the occasion demanded. Here, brevity was the need, therefore, only a resume has been given.
Okay. 1 second. Correct this word.
Resume.
Yeah. What's the word, Jessica?
Oh, so I think the word they meant there is resume. Sometimes an accent is put over it to show that it's resume.
Yeah, there's the resume here. So resume is a different word. Here it means a resume. So sometimes we have a resume for a job. Okay.
I think resume is something that you continue something.
Yeah.
Right.
And a resume is a summary.
Yes, when you need a resume for a job.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I just did a strike through some words, but anyways, let's move on.
Okay, the rebellion of the Pharaoh referred to here relates to his transgressing the bounds of service and rebelling both against the Creator and against his creatures. As for his rebellion against the Creator, it is being mentioned a little below when he gathered his people together and proclaimed, I am your Lord, the Supreme. As against the creature, his rebellion was that he had divided his subjects into classes. He treated the weak classes tyrannically, and he had reduced his entire nation to slavery, as has been mentioned in the instruction given to Moses, peace be upon him, was, Go, you and your brother Aaron, to Pharaoh, for he has transgressed all bounds. Talk to him gently, maybe that he is convinced by admonition or is imbued with fear. One model of the gentle speech has been given in these verses, which shows what right method a preacher should adopt when preaching to a perverted man. These verses are of those in which Allah has taught the correct method of preaching Islam in the Quran. The prophet Moses, peace be upon him, had not been sent to Pharaoh only for the deliverance of the children of Israel, as some people seem to think, but the primary object of his appointment was to show Pharaoh and his people the right way. And the second object was that if he did not accept the right way, the children of Israel, who in fact were a Muslim people, should be taken out of his slavery and from Egypt. This thing become plain for these verses too, for there is no mention whatsoever in these of the deliverance of the children of Israel. But the prophet Moses, peace be upon him, has been commanded to present the message of truth before Pharaoh, and this is confirmed by those verses also in which the prophet Moses, peace be upon him, has preached Islam as well as demanded freedom of the children of Israel.
Okay. Yep. Okay. A couple of words before Jessica gotta leave.
Okay. So the first one is rebellion.
Rebellion.
Yeah. So a rebellion is like a resistance. It's like people fighting back. So resistance is a good synonym for that. All right. Resistance. Yes. The next word I see is present.
Present.
Yeah. So to present the message, it's like offering. You're offering it. You're showing it. You're giving it, I guess. To offer.
To give. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there were only 2 words. Oh, right on time. We gotta let you go 5 minutes on. I was getting concerned that we might not give you 5 minutes to get ready for your work.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was good seeing everybody. Juma Mubarak, everyone.
Juma Mubarak, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Juma Mubarak.
Thank you, Jessica. All right. Tania, what's up? You have your hand raised.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question. When we were practicing our surah, so we searched from Google tyrannically. Then Google said tyrannically. So, what is the good word for this?
I have always heard tyrannical. So when you have the word Tyrant, is tyrant. But whenever you extend the word, it's tyrannically or tyrannical. That's what I have heard. But let's ask again to Jessica next. I can only tell you what I've heard. So if I heard something wrong, I'm going to tell you something wrong too. So I'm glad you brought that up. So I'll look it up and I'll just ask Jessica as well next time. Okay. All right. Umar, continue.
Okay, sir. Here, to adopt purity means to adopt purity of belief, morals, and deeds, or in other words, to accept Islam. Ibn Zayd says, wherever in the Quran the word tazakka, purity, has been used, it implies acceptance of Islam. As an example of this, he has cited the following three verses, and this is the reward of him who adopts purity, that is, accepts Islam, and what would make you know that he might adopt purity, that is, becomes an Muslim, and you would not be responsible if he did not adopt purity, that is, did not become a Muslim, that I may guide you to your Lord, so that you may have fear of him means when you recognize your Lord and come to know that you are his slave and not a free man, you will inevitably invi- inevitably have fear of him in your hearts. For fear of God is the thing on which depends the right attitude of man in the world. Without the knowledge and fear of God, no purity of the self can be possible.
Okay. Thank you. Sania, you there?
Yes, sir, I am here.
Has been plus verb. Which form of verb goes after has been?
Sir, the fourth form of verb is used after have has been.
Okay, so you can use ing. What other form you can use?
He can use third form.
Okay, so let me just do that. So you can do third or fourth. Can you use the first one?
No, sir, we cannot use the first form or second form.
So that's what happened here. They have a typo. So they used has been used. So it's a simple rule thing, right? And so, anyways, the word here for you, Umar, the first underline is reward. RAWARD. Reward. So Urdu में हम कहते हैं वो. So reward. Repeat after me.
Yes, sir. Reward.
Okay. So W and A is usually वो साउंड आती है, लेकिन जब आप अपनी घड़ी के बारे में बात करते हैं तो फिर हो जाता है watch. So just be careful there. Next underline is inevitably.
Inevitably.
It's a little bit difficult to say, but that's okay. All right, next, signing it. Please continue. Signing it. Signing it rice. Okay, no sound from signing it. We'll go to Khadija.
Yes, sir. فَأَرَاهُ الْآيَاتُ الْكُبْرَى. Then Moses went to Pharaoh and showed him the great sign, the turning of the uh, staff into a serpent, as has been mentioned at several places in the Quran. Obviously, there could be no greater sign uh, than that a lifeless star should turn into a living serpent right in front of the eyes of the people, that it should uh, devour devour the artificial serpent produced by the magician out of their staff and cords. And when the prophet Moses, peace be upon him, should pick it up, it should become a walking stick again. This was proof of that it was Allah, Lord of the worlds, who had sent Moses, peace be upon him, as a prophet.
Very good. So first question, staff. What does that mean?
Staff team,
It means team. What does it mean here?
uh, the turning of this. Uh, Here, when the magician became snakes, the team of Pharaoh.
Yeah. So what does the word staff mean here?
Uh, uh, Team, sir.
And the turning of the staff into a serpent, it means a stick or lati. Okay. It's a famous story in Quran that Hazrat Musa had a lati. He threw it on the ground and it became a serpent or a snake. Okay. Next word, you missed the S, so it's magicians. Say that again.
Magicians.
Okay, very good. Okay, so a couple more. Next, I'm going to go back to Umar.
Yes, sir. فَكَذَّبَ وَعَصَى. But he denied as false and disbelieved.
So Umar, hold on. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Let's Muzammal, you go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. فَكَذَّبَ وَعَصَى. But he denied it as false and disobeyed.
So can you hear
ثُمَّ
me?
أَدْبَرَ يَسْعَى. And then he turned back to have recourse to his craftiness. According to the details given at other places in the Quran, he summoned skillful magicians from all over Egypt and made them produce serpents out of sticks and cords in front of the assembled people so that they were convinced that Moses, peace be upon him, was not a prophet but a magician, and that the miracle worked by him of turning a staff into a serpent could also be worked by other magicians, but this device of his recoiled upon himself, and the defeated magicians themselves admitted that what Moses, peace be upon him, had displayed was no magic but a miracle.
Okay, very good. So the first word you missed ed here. So try again and enunciate.
Disobeyed,
No,
obeyed,
abide. Okay, so what is this word here?
obey,
So it's the same word.
bite,
Disobey.
disobey,
Okay.
disobeyed,
Yeah. No, no, no. Buy नहीं है. Obey.
obey,
Okay. So
disobey,
disobeyed.
disobeyed,
Okay. So somehow तुम इसको disobey बना रहे हो. No. O, like, let me ask you another word. How would you say this word?
by,
No, B-A-Y. Bay.
bay,
Okay. B-Y is
by,
buy. B-Y-E is buy. Good, like goodbye, right? So B-A-Y is bay. O-B-E-Y is obey. Okay.
obey,
So now you have this. What's the word now?
dis,
Okay. So read the whole word.
disobeyed,
Okay. Very good. Next word is craftiness. जैसे हम कहते हैं class या class. Americans usually A को छोटा कर देते हैं. So this will be craftiness. Okay.
craftiness,
Okay. This is just a short A. So very good. Okay. Number 23rd. So let's see here. Sumer.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fahashara Fanada and gathered his people and declared. This proclamation of Pharaoh has been mentioned at several places in the Quran. On one occasion, he said to the prophet Moses, peace be upon him, if you took another one as a deity beside me, I would cast you in the prison. On other occasion, he had addressed his courtiers
The
saying,
first one is correct.
courtiers
Mhm.
saying, O chiefs, I do not know of any god of yours other than myself. By this Pharaoh did not mean, nor could he ever mean, that he himself was a creator of the universe and he had made the world, not that he denied the existence of Allah and claimed to be Lord of the universe. He regarded only himself as a deity of the people in the religious sense. In the Quran itself, there is a clear testimony that as regards to religion, he himself worshipped other gods. Once his courtiers said to him, will you leave Moses, peace be upon him, and his people free to spread chaos in the land, and let them discard you and your deities? And in the Quran itself, this saying of the Pharaoh has also been cited. Had Moses, peace be upon him, been sent by Allah, why were not bracelets of gold sent down to him, or a company of angels as attendants? Thus, in fact, he called himself a god and supreme deity, not in the religious but in the political sense. What he meant was that he possessed the sovereign rights. No one beside him had the right to rule in his kingdom, and there was no superior power whose order could be enforced in the land.
Okay, so very good. A few words. First one is chaos.
chaos,
Okay. Chaos.
chaos,
Okay. Chaos. To spread chaos means destruction.
so dispersion we can say intishar,
Destruction. No, that's different. Okay, anyways, next word is discard.
discard. Here we
Discard
cannot
means
read discard.
correct.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Oh, and there was the word that you said correctly. Courtiers.
Courtiers.
Okay, all right. So it's been at the top of an hour, so we're gonna stop here. So session 1, 18. We did 1 through 23. On the 25th, we will 24 to onwards. Okay, so we'll stop the recording here. Juan Warka, everybody. Thank you very much.